Welcome to another video of Faceless and Fearless. We're checking out Worldbox today, a game that provides us with endless possibilities that they expect us to be responsible with. But I'm kind of doing the opposite over here. Let me explain. So, the purpose of this game is to create a world and then destroy it using a variety of techniques. This could include volcanoes, lots of varieties of clouds, and a whole bunch of candy. Create the candy biome, the most evil one. Well, I know the first thing I'm doing. Alright, so let's just spread some candy seeds. Oh yes, much better. Now everything looks pink. Oh yes, much better. Now most of the things in this planet is looking pink and fresh. But it wouldn't be a candy biome without, of course, the candy. So let's see what this looks like. Whoa. Okay, I was not expecting that. And if we use the hourglass, we can change the flow of time, increase time, or make it faster. Obviously, I'm going to turn it to ×5. Okay, now the process is happening much faster, and this volcano only looks like it's going to erupt more and more. So, that was just a taste of what we're going to be experiencing today. But, first of all, let's create a new world. And what better way to do that than to use the biggest size, the iceberg. And obviously we're going to start off scratch, because how creative can we get with that? You know what they say, if you express to impress. Anyways, now that we've got this beautiful blue screen on my monitor, even though it's quite unnecessary, I'm going to create and shape my world, and the first thing we need to do is add some soil. But not just plain soil, because I have something planned. I'm going to be using the forest soil. Fertile soil, just add some biome seeds, and then a lot of trees will pop up. This type of soil is especially designed for making trees. So, where do you think all the fun in that would be? Well, firstly, I'm going to need to create this island. As you can see, it just looks like a distortion towards the edges, but we don't have to worry about them. As you can see, not really much is going on, as you can tell, because the game is paused. And the reason why it's paused is because I want to focus on something. And I'm going to focus on this right here. Trees fertilizer. Grow some trees in biomes. Well, the first primary resource that we're going to use over here are jungle seeds. Oh yes, look at that fresh greenery that awaits us to the world. I love how you can just see the sand edges over there. If you go closer to the edge, it just looks more messed up. But oh well, like I said, I don't have to worry about it. And you see these tiny green dots down here? Those represent trees, of course. And what better way to use the trees fertilizer than to cover the entire island in it? Okay, there we go. We should be done now. Now the whole jungle is full of trees that you're going to have to navigate your way out. Anyways, what is the fun in planting trees, you may wonder? Well, that is where living plants comes in. Make plants and trees come to life. Well, I'm sure excited to try that out. Right, let's see what this looks like. Oh, okay. I just got flashbang by most of those trees, but I'm sure it has worked. As you can tell, this beast meter really has gone up from here, hasn't it? At a whopping 3,107. That's because when I turn these things to life, you could just see them moving. They count as beasts. And look at all of them moving. But to be honest, they don't really look like they're moving fast enough. But before I get to that problem, I'm going to add some more trees. Because you know what I discovered in this game? While the trees are alive, you can add some more with the trees fertilizer. Okay, so if 6,000 living trees wasn't enough for you, then you're in for a surprise treat. So as you can see on the counter, it clearly reads 20,153 bees, which represent, you guessed it, 20,000 trees. And anyways, these trees look so crowded that they deserve some energy to walk. So what a better way to use up their energy? With some coffee. I can clearly tell that this is going to make them go fast because of the caption that it says underneath it. Gotta go fast, baby. Well, I sure would like to go fast if I were them. Alright, let's just pepper these onto the island. Oh gosh, I think I'm lagging. Oh no! Oh my gosh, look how much energy they have now. But they appear to be dealing with this pretty well. Time to change that. Anyways, my next plan after adding coffee was to use this special feature called the Divine Magnet. Grabs creatures to be dropped somewhere else. Well, if you count a tree as a creature, then I'll accept that. Oh gosh, can you just see it lagging? Oh god, I'm pretty sure I'm carrying over 10,000 trees right now. Oh my gosh, I don't think I can carry any more, otherwise my game is probably gonna crash. Alright, let's see what this actually looks like from down here. Okay, as you can see, it's no longer lagging. And that is because... Oh gosh, look at this. What a beautiful sight we have here. The whole screen is eventually going to fill up my monitor with red. And that red is not only from the thousands of trees taking damage, but that's also going to represent the consequences of my frame rate. Axes! Removes trees. Well, if it removes trees, then at least it will get rid of my frame rate. Right, there we go. As you can tell, there's no longer that many trees. And you may be wondering, what are you going to do after you remove the trees? Well, I have the perfect thing. As you can see, this is probably what everyone's been waiting for. Me to add humans, of course. Like it wouldn't be a world without them, unless they were living on Mars or something. As you can see, this counter here of the world population says 0. And there are 9 total beasts left. And I presume that's probably the flies and stuff. But anyways, let's change that number from world population from 0 to 100. There we go. Our world population is officially 100. And there's even a kingdom going on up there. And it turns out there's only one person who doesn't belong in the kingdom. Oh, never mind. Tithe of Sun has just formed. And Azuvak has just got a new king. Speaking of that, we've got World History Book. Major events from your world are logged here. Well, I'm sure interested in that. All hail the King Rubu of Azuvak. And we can also follow that person on the map. This will let you spectate the unit. Anyways, this is currently the king with about 20 pixels on him. But that doesn't matter now. My next plan is just to wait for maybe a few years or something. And I'm going to see how all of these kingdoms do. So just give them 1 minute to let themselves know where they are. Okay, so I gave them a little while. As you can tell, okay, so it's been a little while. Okay, fine. The population has miraculously increased, meaning it's been like 20 years since I last checked on them. Azuvak, as normal, has 98 people in it. And as you can see, they've took a lot of space out of this island. Tithe of Sun, however, only has 31, but it's way more than it had before. The last time I checked on them, they only had 1. And Tak on the other hand, has 33 helpers in their kingdom. As you can see, we've got a lot of nice houses, and same with Azuvak of Tivasum. Time to make these houses come to life. Oh, and oh yes, I forgot to mention that underneath the living plants, which makes plants and trees come to life, we also have living houses, make houses and structures come to life. Well, that's the perfect topic to be linking with. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Oh, okay. As you can see, all of these houses have now come to life, as you can tell from the flashbangs that await them. Oh my gosh, they're attacking the houses. Why would they attack their own natural habitat? The King Ufar of Tash was slain by Hemi. Oh, and also we can expand on that, because if we press this Civilizations, Kingdoms and Villages button, there's an option called Spite. Force a kingdom to start a war. I don't really understand how there's so much less people, but let's make it even more less. Alright, Kingdom Azuvak has declared war on Tash. My next plan is to make their war a little bit more excessive by adding some zombies to the family. You know, they won't know, especially now that the zombies will eventually live to team up with the houses. Let's just start with one for now. Surely one can't do that much, right? You know what? I'm just tempted to spawn more, so I'm gonna spawn. Okay, there we go. Azuvak is now the only living kingdom. But that will change, because that kingdom will be gone in a minute. Alright, good luck. Don't say I didn't warn you about the random zombie that's going on. Yo, these zombies have got some swift attacks on them. Look at the random colours they've been arranged with. There's blue zombies, green zombies, pink zombies, for whatever reason. Oh yeah, kid, you might want to run. And the zombies will probably run to this golden brain that I'm going to spawn in. Oh yes. You know what they say, attracts the creatures that like to eat brains. Nothing can stop them. Well, I'm going to surround the whole kingdom in these things. That should be a good way to stop dealing with the zombies. Alright then, so I've placed a few more golden brains, and it turns out that one of the zombies is getting hungry for it. And what better way to work with that than to create another world? And boring plains, they're very flat. Well, unlike doing an empty world where I can unleash my creativity, I'm gonna start with one of the templates, because I can't be bothered to build that much. Alright, perfect. Now we've got a bunch of plain lands that look way interesting than they should be. We've got some desert areas, my favourite crystal areas, and also some fresh jungle areas. And don't worry, it only gets darker the further you go in them. And we've also got some nice big beaches everywhere. You know what they say, the bigger the better. And the bigger this virus that I'm going to spread, the better for me it is. Because I am going to add some grey goo. Nanobots, virus, destruction. Now I'm just going to start with just a little bit, because one tiny pixel of nano goo can go a long way. Right. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe I should do something about this. As you can tell, the grey goo is slowly spreading. Let's see if I can make people join in with this party. I'm going to surround the kingdom. I love how the kingdoms are arranged in a circle. I'm sorry, you Hell Imperium, but you're going to have to live with it. But this person's willing to fight. Oh my gosh, he just ceased to exist. Okay, well, I think I see where this is going. It's not like any more of them are gonna die or anything. Let's see if we have anything to fight it off. And I feel like we have the perfect thing. Piranhas! Oh, that didn't go to plan, did it? Well, I'm sure there's some other stuff. Bandits, dangerous boys who like to play with TNT and fire. Watch out. Well, I sure would be watching out if I were those people. Those bandits are gonna send that. Oh, that didn't work to plan neither. The bandits were supposed to throw TNT and everything, but it looks like that's not gonna matter now. Okay, fine, I'll do it myself. As you can tell, we've got these different destruction powers that we can put to good use by using the Taser bomber. This bad boy can destroy the whole world. That's good to know. Whoa, that did nothing. Well, I guess we have no other choice but to keep adding more. Oh, yes, fine. But that didn't really do much about it, and I don't think it will do. It will probably leave more of a mess than it would have before. So I've got a little bit of a volunteer for it. Introducing you to Crabzilla. Use WASD or arrows to control the movement and use the mouse to control claws and to attack. Oh yeah, look at this bad boy. He could shoot lasers like his life depends on it. Because his life does depend on it. Because this is literally for us. If he can clear all of the edges, then that's probably pretty useful. But it will probably take a pretty long time to do that. So I guess we're going straight to the middle. Yes! Look at Crabzilla go. Isn't he a beautiful majesty for our purposes? Okay, to be honest, it's getting kind of close, and there's not really much we can do about it. I guess there's only one thing we can do about it. Okay, so I've just looked deep enough into the animals, creatures and monsters area, and I found something that I think would be perfect. Godfinger multiplayer simulator, which basically means it has the same abilities as I do. So I'm sure they'll be able to do something about it. Oh yes, express yourselves like your life depends on it. Alright, that's starting to go. Oh my gosh, look at this fancy artwork. I'm sure that's going to stop everything, right? Oh my god, look at this carnage. It looks like when I was a 5-year-old and I tried drawing what I called abstract art. Well, they'll probably be drawing abstract art to the power of destruction. Because I'm sure this thing is going to destroy everything, right? Well, I mean, I can't be the only one sorting out this problem, so I decided I'd get some volunteers. Come on, we're nearly there. You just need to fill that whole thing in. Okay, as you can see, there's very little land left. And I'm not sure if we're going to have enough Godfingers. So, let's get something new in town. Dragons. Scary flying lizard that brings destruction to the world. That's good. So let's bring some dragons in as well. Yes, you can do this. With the help of these Godfingers and the help of my intelligence. Oh my god, look how many dragons there are. To be honest, I feel like this is going to lag so much. But I feel like there's one thing that can survive all of this situation. Biomass. Too many eyes. If that's all the caption says, then I'll accept it. No way, they actually survive in the grey goo. Well, I'm sure you can help fix it, right? Especially with all of your eyes. Because, in my case, if one eye were to equal 1 IQ, then you guys would probably replace Albert Einstein. But it looks like the Godfingers, dragons and biomass has worked. It looks like all of this has stopped. But now all we're left with is this mess. So let's see how the humans deal with it.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm sure she's fine.